says the Baal Tanya. So the Benoni, we said, we're starting the new book, Hashem, we're up to volume 3. So it says over here, Benoni, the Benoni, he has Yetzer Tov and Yetzer Hara are the people who give him advice, and he has to make a decision between the two. He says, Ki dichtiv ki amod yamin evyon lo'shia mishofte nafsho. It says not shofet nafsho, shofte nafsho. The judges of his soul. Who are the judges of his soul? This is the Yetzer Hara, Yetzer Tov. V'lo amru zeh v'zeh mushlim chas v'shalom. They're not in charge. They're not controlling, but they are fighting. They're fighting for control, and the Benoni has to make that decision and decide between the two of them. Okay, fine. So then he says like this that he says that. We spoke about last time how he has to go and connect himself to the nefesh elokit and the godly soul, and it will give him revelation, will give him light to make the right decision and to overcome the evil, the Yetzer Hara, on his left side of his heart, right? And but he didn't conquer it. He didn't conquer it, and that's why Rabbah said that he's still a Benoni, because he still has that fight inside of himself. That he's like that he can't conquer his Yetzer Hara completely to make it nothing. It's still there. It gives him bad thoughts and thoughts of doing bad sins. And that's why the Mishnah said that if the whole world tells you you're a tzaddik, don't believe them, and you have to realize that you're still Benoni. Why? Because even though I do righteous things, doesn't mean that my Yetzer Hara is gone. I still have Yetzer Hara inside, and only if you get to the level of David HaMelech, where it's he says where my heart is empty on the inside, which means I totally conquer my Yetzer Hara, then you're level tzaddik. But until then, you're still Benoni. And we said even if you learn Torah all day, doesn't mean the Yetzer Hara is gone. You still have a very big Yetzer Hara. Opposite, the more you learn, the bigger Yetzer Hara you have, right? So therefore, it could be that a person who is such a high level like Rabbah was still considered a Benoni. Okay, fine. So then he says. Where is it? Over here. He says that like there's a sugya in chametz, chozer v'neor, right? Let's say you have chametz that got mixed into a mixture, it got nullified, but then and Pesach that the chametz is a sur even in a small amount, so it's chozer v'neor. It's like reawakened and wakes up and makes it a sur again. So therefore, it could be like a guy. He beat his Yetzer Hara during Kriyat Shema, during Amidah, during mitzvot. His Yetzer Hara, he just pushes it away. But then it will be chozer v'neor. It could be that his Yetzer Hara will wake up later in the day when he goes to business and he goes and he's not doing a mitzvah. The Yetzer Hara will try to come at him again, and then maybe over there he'll fall. Chas v'shalom. That's the struggle, the constant struggle of the Benoni. And he says you have to pray. You have to pray. Halvai sheitpalel adam kol hayom kulo, says the Gemara. A person should, if only he could pray all day, that Hashem should help him. Because we said without HaKadosh Baruch Hu, nobody could ever beat the Yetzer Hara. הנה לגבי מדרגת צדיקים עובדי השם באמת לאמיתו, אין בחינת האהבה הזו נקראת בשם עבודת אמת כלל. And on the level of tzaddikim, being a Benoni is not considered service of Hashem. מאחר שחולפת ועוברת אחר התפילה, יכתיב שפת אמת תיקון לעד ועד הרגיעה לשון שקר. If a person knows something that's true, right? How could you forget about it, and how could you be convinced otherwise every other second, right? Imagine I tell you 1 + 1 = 2, and you say, yeah, you're right. You proved to me. I wrote a whole equation, 3 boards long. Why 1 + 1 = 2? And then you say, Emet, I agree with you. And then afterwards, a few minutes later, somebody else comes, says 1 + 1 = 3. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Prove it to me. You prove it to you? Yeah. You're right. 1 + 1 = 3. So, do you know math? No, you don't know math. Because in 1 second you said 1 + 1 = 2, now all of a sudden 1 + 1 = 3. If you know really 1 + 1 = 2, nobody in the world can convince you 1 + 1 = 3. Nobody in the world. So the tzaddik, he's like that. The tzaddik says, Yetzer Tov, I know 1 + 1 = 2, that's it. Yetzer Tov all the way. Yetzer Hara comes and says, hey, you want to buy, this is good for you for $3.99, with shipping handling, you get this for limited time only, He gives you a whole sales pitch of why you should do Avera. And the tzaddik says, excuse me, what did you say? You're telling me 1 + 1 = 3? Go take a hike. Who are you? Why should I listen to you? You're saying nonsense. Sheker what you're saying. I know the truth. That's it. Done deal. I'm not talking to you no more. That's a tzaddik. But Benoni, what is Benoni? Benoni says, Yetzer Tov, yes, he prays, he learns. Yes, Hashem is the Emet, 1 + 1 = 2. Then another guy comes, Yetzer Hara comes, he says 1 + 1 = 3. Listen, I don't know, maybe, yeah, I don't know. You're saying good. I like what you're saying. Yeah, I hear you. Maybe, let me try. Yeah. So the tzaddik says, this guy has no brain. What is this? You one day like this, then like this, then well, you don't know anything. You don't know math. You don't know left from right. If you know 1 plus 1 equals 2, no one can convince you otherwise. The tzaddik, he knows Yetzer Tov and he knows Hashem like 1 plus 1 equals 2. Nobody could change it. Says and the tzaddik says about the Beinoni, Mr. Beinoni, you don't know nothing. Your service of Hashem is baromash, is very low. How could someone convince you otherwise? What are you doing? And that's why the Beinoni, we have to work and make teshuvah. We have to make teshuvah where we know the truth, like 1 plus 1 equals 2. If you don't are on that level yet, so then there's room to fall. There's room to be convinced otherwise. The room is get us. Now, we're not a bad person. To be a level of tzaddik, people throw around the word tzaddik. Everybody's a tzaddik. Oh, tzaddik, how are you, tzaddik? You have to know, tzaddik is a very high level term. Tzaddik is for somebody who says, this is the truth, I'm not budging in 1 second. You can talk till you're blue in the face. I'm not changing because I know the truth. And we are like Beinoni. If someone comes and massages us, tells us nice things we want to hear, listen, it's okay to steal. At least you're going to give tzedakah after. You're going to go and give a donation to the shul. It's all okay. And therefore, that's how the Yetzer Hara massages you. And then what happens? And you say, okay, Yetzer Hara, okay, let's go. And then what happens? The tzaddik says, wow, papa. What happened to you? 1 plus 1 equals 2. Where are you? And what happens? That's what level of the tzaddik he says about the Beinoni. He says, Afa Piked, מדרגת בינונים לקראת עבודת תמה, באמת, לאמיתו שלהם, איש כפי מדרגת בינונים. And you'll ask the Beinoni, and the Beinoni says, listen, I serve Hashem. Rabbi, I came to shul today. Rabbi, I prayed today. Rabbi, I gave tzedakah today. Rabbi, I could have yelled at my wife. I didn't. So what? I served Hashem. What? I'm religious? No, I didn't yet. What? I'm religious or not? I am. I do serve Hashem. But the tzaddik said, yeah, but not really. So therefore, there's a guy who's a power lifter. He lifts the weight. He lifted it in 1 second. He clean. Very, very good job. Another guy, fighting himself. He almost fell over. He got it. He lifted it in his last second. But I also lifted it, right? Come on, you call that lifting? That's not lifting. You almost fell. Say thank you. You didn't break your head. So that's what the tzaddik says to Beinoni. Yeah, you're religious. Yeah, you did it, but you almost broke your head on the way there. So Hazak Baruch. Tzaddik. But tzaddik, he lives. That's it. This is the truth. No questions about it. So therefore, a person says, there's many levels of being a religious person. You have to strive to be a real tzaddik. ואני קורא באהבתם בתפילתם גם כן שפת אמת תיקון לעד. הואיל וכוח נפשם אלוקי לחזור לעורר בחינת אהבת זו לעולם. How does the tzaddik do it? How does the tzaddik get there? Tzaddik always is practicing what he's learning, and he's always reminding himself of what he's learning. Today everybody has reminders. You could go in the app store, and there's hundreds of apps just about reminders. People need to put reminders. I need to go here, I need to go there. Tasks to complete their tasks by this time. By this time. Their phones are people plan their whole day in advance, the night before, to go and what's my schedule, because everybody needs reminders. We need guidance, and the tzaddik, he knows how to remind himself. And if you make a shish kebab, you cook a lot, and all of a sudden the coal's dying. So you take the thing, and you go like this to wake up the coals. Sometimes you need to put new coals. Sometimes you say, okay, move everything to the side. We need to start a new fire. Tzaddik, his oven is always max intensity, high fire, like a brand new fire. He's always putting new coals. He's always making like this. He's always making sure it's on fire. The Beinoni, he says, let's cook the steak. So he says, okay, you have fire? I have the coals from yesterday. It's still a little bit warm. You want to put? Maybe we can cook the steak. He says, what is this? You're going to cook a steak on these coals? Are you kidding me? It's a joke. We're going to sit here until tomorrow it's going to cook. He says, it's good enough, no? So he wants to go, I prayed yesterday, I did mitzvah yesterday. You have to be like a tzaddik, constant fire, on fire all the time. Well, you see a guy, he's very, has a lot of fervor for Hashem. You see how he prays, see how he learns. You say, wow, Rabbi, this guy, he's on fire. This guy he's going. That's how we have to be. That's tzaddik. He's like that all the time, 24/7. You wake up in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning, he's on fire also. He says, what? Stay hot now? No problem. Boom. He gets up. He says, what about you tired? Maybe you want to sleep? No, what are you talking about? 1 plus 1 equals 3. Hashem comes first. What are you talking about? Who am I to sleep in a car in Paris Center praise Hashem? What are you talking about? Forget my sleep. I slept 2 hours last night. Who cares? I slept 2 hours last night. I have to go pray to Hashem. So he goes and he gets up. Why? That's what it means to be on fire. The tzaddik, his fire is on max intensity. But that's a skill. That's a very big skill to be always on fire. Every yeshiva I go through Sof Zman. What's Sof Zman? Sof Zman is the end of the semester. And everybody's already, I'm tired. When we go on vacation? Maybe I leave a week early. Okay, I'm here. Okay, let's learn one line. Take it easy today. At least we're here. Say thank God. I prayed our Shahri today. Thank God. And then they're very, very low intensity. And what does a Jew have to do? A Jew has to put it in 4th gear and break the gear shift. And it stays like that. You never get out of 4th gear. Always stay there. But what happens when you're in 4th gear? You have to be careful where you're going. Because a lot of times obstacles want to block you. And the Beinoni, what does he do? He goes very fast, and all of a sudden, no, we gotta slow down. No, I can't. Go fast. I gotta slow down. And the guy's driving a stick, and he said, what is it? You can't drive the stick like this. Very fast, slow down. You're gonna throw up afterwards. And you're driving like this. So therefore, a person has to be not a Beinoni. He has to be Sadiq, where he's always on fire for Hashem. Ki hine midat emet, hi midato she Yaakov. And that was the midah of Yaakov. Why is Yaakov the highest of Bechir Avot? Because his midah was emet. Emet means once I know the truth, I stick to it, don't move. And that's why they had 3 bars. There's 3 bars in the Mishkan, holding up the krashim, holding up the planks of the walls of the Mishkan. There was 2 bars on the outside. And 1 bar was in the inside. And the inside between the holes inside and through the thickness of the wall, and that bar, that middle bar, it's Avraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov. The middle bar was Yaakov. Why? He says because this is support for everything. The middle inside was the biggest support. For this, that Yaakov, Avinu, nothing could affect this bar. The outside bar is exposed to the elements. The inside bar, nothing is exposed, and it's the one that gives the most support. Why? Because when you stick to the emet, nothing can phase you. When you stick to the emet, you're going to be able to stand and hold the most weight and go the longest. So we should zocher to be able to be tzaddik, stick to the emet, know the emet, kindle our fire every single day, and that way nothing can budge us. Baruch.